Norbert Simons, Director of Youth and Sport. New policy out for national sports governing bodies. Can you explain what it means for these national sports governing bodies and why?
What we've done earlier is that we took a look at the current requirements for national sports governing bodies, and we revised them so that we can have better compliance and better information from all our national sports governing bodies.
Does this mean that youth and sports taking more of a first-hand approach on ensuring that everybody is on the same page as far as national sports governing bodies understanding what the rules in the community, not only in their sport, are?
Yes, because as you're aware that a few years ago we formed the Association of National Sports Governing Bodies, and on our records we have 38 national sports governing bodies signed up. But when it comes to meeting with the groups, normally we have about 14 or 15 representatives. This has hampered the development of the Association of National Sports because clearly, when you have an AGM, you need to have a quorum, and the quorum is usually 50% plus one, and if 14 bodies are showing or 13 bodies are showing, and we have 38 registered, it makes it difficult for them to get on with their agenda. But more importantly, it was more about us to having a clear indication of who these bodies are, who their executives are, to ensure that they provide us with the necessary documents like their AGM, like the list of their executives, the same information that they would supply to their international federations.
One would look at it and right here thinking we have some winter sports that primarily their athletes are not in Bermuda. How does that filter into, and they don't have a multitude of athletes, so how does that work out?
Well, in previous, we've had discussions with the BOA on previous occasions, and the best way probably to handle that would be to form a winter sports federation that will cover, that's an overarching body that will cover all winter sports, similar to what we've done with the Bermuda Sports Parks. And there are 3 different entities using the Bermuda Sports Park, but we've encouraged and worked with them to form one body so that they can have one voice and the like, so that there's we don't want competing entities to think that they own the facility outright over the other.
Now, what is the deadline?
Okay, the deadline for the event is April 7th. We've sent out the requirements to all of the national sports governing bodies, but clearly, as you can appreciate, that there's some that we don't have information on. And so we're taking this approach to ensure that all bodies know so that they cannot cry foul at the end of the day.
This will be something new and to help improve sports in general in Bermuda. What would you, given you sit around a table, what was the main goal of this, putting this together?
Well, Earl, as you are aware that we formed the National Association of National Sports Governing Bodies and encourage that development because we wanted to ensure that all sports is on the same level and same footing. As you are aware that some national sports governing bodies have really strong administrations, others don't. And in order to share the information, we really wanted to encourage the development of that organization because as you are aware that many people think that when government starts asking questions, they think they're trying to get into the bedroom. All we're trying to do is try to improve sport, and for all sports, not just for one or two that seem to benefit, because a lot of times when people will cry out publicly that why is sport A getting more money or more support than sport B, normally it's because of their presentations and all of the groundwork they do to ensure that they get the funding that's required.
Audio Jungle.